Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video of Tokyo Ghoul Dark War, and in today's episode what we're going to be doing is covering the brand new update over here on the game, and also announcing the winners for the last episode of Dark War stuff. So in the last episode of Dark War, I asked the question, if you could give an exclusive equipment to any one of the characters inside the game currently, who would it be and why? And I got some pretty good answers. I actually had some trouble trying to select the winners, but the three winners that I chose are Toxic Ghoul, Kaneki, and Furuta Deserves Love, of which, respectively, said, I would love to see Kaneki have Kakuja's equipment to be the book, Egg of the Black Goat, because Takatsuki's book kind of reflects on Kaneki's transition through the story, and how he's being influenced by everyone around him. I think that's an absolutely incredible idea. I don't know if we have a confirmed cover for what the book looks like. I don't remember, truthfully. I don't remember any shots of it, but I would really love if that was the case, because naturally, a lot of the development of Kaneki is explained through that extra part of the story, and like, oh, character turns into bug and no longer recognizes his friends and family, and begins to just keep on eating, and eating, and eating until nothing is left. That just makes a lot of sense to me. Then we have Toxic Ghoul's answer, which said Ayato Mask, Amaterasu for Mado Akira, Kura, and Hollow for Hoji, which is his Hulk hand that shoots. All of which would be incredible, and he has kind of explanations toward each of those. I especially like the Ayato Mask one, of which adds a bleed effect and also cuts out regeneration buffs for the enemy foes. That makes a lot of sense, and also having Ukaku be a kind of synergy between bleed and the Ukaku typing makes a lot of sense to me. So thank you for that comment. And finally, Furuta Deserves Love said, I would really like to see the paper plane special equipment for Armor Juzo. I know Jason would fit better, but behind the paper plane has a lot more meaning than his Quinkei. So by that, they mean the paper plane that he throws off the building, but right before the Owl Suppression arc during the second half of the Tokyo Ghoul manga. So he throws his will that he's supposed to write off of the building. And I feel like that makes a lot of LeaIsChill has acquired a unique hero, Kuzen Diamond Draw. Okay. Whew, that took me out of it for a second. Holy shit. Good job, LeaIsChill. Anyway, I feel like that would make a lot of sense for not only Juzo, but also Takizawa, because he writes the note, I don't want to die, on the will. And that just makes quite a bit of sense to me. So that makes, it's just a good time. It's a good semblance of meaning. So thank you so much for those comments right there. I will be real with you, I have recorded this intro like 4 or 5 times now. I was just trying to rush through it a lot of the times and just kind of messing up on it, so I'm down to keep on going. And the next episode the next question for today's episode is going to involve some of the characters that were released inside the game during this update. So we're going to go ahead and just start covering them, and then we will showcase all of the question stuff in a bit. So if I scroll down here, we will see 3 new characters, and we also have 1 more character confirmed to be coming sometime soon. I don't have the 4th character's art on hand, but if it comes up on the video later on, it's very possible. So here we have the brand new characters in the Mado and Amon, which is the Akira and R Akira, and the SR Amon Dojima. Fantastic units, both of them, and having them combined into 1 unit should be a very good combination. Looking forward to seeing what they have to offer. We have Corona and Mashiro, which makes a lot of sense, and also their art looks pretty nice, but Mashiro has the like Arima chin going on a bit. I mean, I respect it, but it is something I noticed. And finally, we do have the Akira Valentine, of which looks absolutely beautiful, first and foremost. I don't think I've ever seen short shorts that are that color brown, because in real life that would look kind of weird, but I respect it nonetheless. And she's actually going to be part of the question that I'm asking for today in this episode. So, currently confirmed, we have this Akira Valentine, and we also have a Hinami Valentine that was confirmed from not only the update files, but also an exclusive equipment tab inside this. There's actually a chocolate for Hinami Valentine, of which is just sitting here. You can also see a small snippet of her art on the side. I guess she's just not being added into a later update, but she is here. But in that casing, if we do have other characters coming soon, that's going to involve the question for today. If you could get a box of chocolate from any character in the Tokyo Ghoul, who would it be and why? Now, the reason I ask that is because with Hinami confirmed to be coming soon, we might get other units, and this is an excuse to say, hey, I sure would love a Takatsuki-sen-haired Eto. Man, that would be the best stuff ever in terms of Valentine. And obviously, if I were to get a box of chocolate from a Tokyo Ghoul character, I feel as if getting a box of chocolate from Eto and having it blow up in my face like a cream pie would just be a great time. I feel like that would just make a lot of sense, and I would really enjoy it. So just go ahead and toss in the comments, hey, that character sure would make some good chocolates. Granted, all of the Ghoul characters would kind of be horrible at it, wouldn't they? Because they can't taste it while they're making it for you. Oh god. I can imagine Toka making it, and it just, like, knocks you out immediately. It's Persona 4 style, like, secret food X. Oh. It's good stuff right there. Anyway, so that'll be the question for today, and we are going to go ahead and get into covering all the characters that were added just now, and we'll start with Valentine's Akira, I suppose. So first of all, I do really like her design. It seems like they put a lot of effort into like the different parts of the outfit, especially like the bows and just different semblances of the character. I'm a huge fan of the designs they do. Also, she is very tall. Good stuff. She's going shopping. And we have bonds with Toka Christmas, which is Old Enemy, Teammate, which is Amon Dual Blade, and Arata Proto. That's a pretty expensive link if you don't have them just yet. Opponent with Corona and Mashiro, which is going to be super expensive because they're probably going to be a festival unit because of how hyped they are. I imagine... I'm going to say that the Amon and the Akira probably will be a banner character or a top-up character. And then this Corona and Mashiro are probably going to be a festival coming up soon. So... it's hard. It's hard because you have to justify investing both in the festival for Corona and Mashiro, and then possibly the festival for Akira Valentine as well. So, might be rough. We also have Enemy with Yoshimura Owl and Noro, which I guess they're enemies. And also the exact same bonds going all the way down and into the bottom here. So all in all, she seems like she'll be... In terms of collection, she'll be kind of difficult because Toka Christmas, Arata Proto, the Corona Nashiro, and I guess the bottom one isn't too bad, but all three of those bonds require characters that are quite hard to collect. So, don't quite know about it. She is a DPS character, so she doesn't really need the bonds in terms of HP, like the Toka Christmas and like the, I guess, Enemy one. She mostly needs the attack ones, so Arata Proto and Corona Nashiro. Whew. And finally, her moveset is Waltz of Love. Akira waves Queen K thrice, dealing damage to enemies within a target area. Very basic, very small slashes. Jealousy, which is Akira launches aggressive attacks at an enemy within range. Upon hitting an enemy, Akira's crit rate goes up by 30% for 6 seconds, and cooldown is 12 seconds. Multiplier is actually at 600 already on her second. That ain't too bad, honestly. If it only hits... See, it says enemies within the area, but I wonder if that's just like a small area in front of her. Because I can't imagine what that would be like. Hopefully it's a big AoE, but we'll see. And her third is Heart Beats Fast. I want this to last. I need you in my life. Akira fires 3 consecutive shockwaves, damaging all enemies hit. Heart Beat Fast is guaranteed to trigger a crit when the enemy who's hit has 30% or less HP. I read that all wrong, but still ended up working out. That seems kind of decent, actually. See, that will actually go really well when you're trying to fight higher level Tataras on Expulsion, because that'll actually make her multiplier higher, almost guaranteed, because she has that 30% crit through the entire last half of the battle. She should be alright. I don't know if she has anything especially crazy here. Just kind of seems like a very basic DPS unit. But her passive is Unspoken Love. Akira's crit rate is increased, and all her skills now trigger a crit. So, she's a DPS unit. Nothing too crazy in general, but at least her design is nice. Does her 5-star make her immediately better? So she has no 4-star increase. And at 5-star, she goes from the normal passive to Akira's crit damage is increased by 50%. When Akira's normal attack or skill attack triggers a crit, her attack will be buffed for 30 seconds or by 30% for 4 seconds. See, that's okay, but it only synergizes with herself. So she doesn't really have much field presence there if you were trying to consider like using her for anything aside from expulsion. She's okay. Not much better than the other Akiras that are around. But I mean, design-wise, always collect. Always. Never stop the collection. I guess we'll go ahead and cover Corona and Mashiro next, because they actually are going to be the more question marky type of thing. So we have classmate with Juzo armor, opponent with the Rize Yukata and Wounded Kaneki. Not too bad because Rize was kind of an easy collect. Enemy with the Mado and Amon. Oh, that's a heavy investment to justify. At least they're support units, so it's not that bad because it's the attack increase, but yikes. And we also have opponent with the Mado Akira, which is currently around, and the Amon dual blade. So that is also a pretty rough link right there, because Mado Akira, her banner just popped up this week. So this is the first time she's been out so far. That's a harsh investment as well. Obviously, they're going to be pretty nice to play with just because their unit in general is going to be fun. Corona's kind of known as the worst SR in the game currently because of how low her multipliers are, but she might be more viable here. I guess we'll end up having to see, but let's see what their attacks are like. So their first is Assassination. Corona waves her Kagune and deals damage to enemies in front. Very basic small swipe like the Corona's or the Nashiro's first inside War Age. Mashiro deals damage to surrounding enemies. Another very basic thing. Their first just seems to be attack. We have Black and White, Michael Jackson variant of Corona and Mashiro. Corona appears in front of her enemies and deals damage to enemies within the area and stuns them for 4 seconds. Not too bad if 4 seconds... 4 seconds is actually pretty long. I like that. We have Mashiro spins and deals damage to surrounding enemies, removing all buffs on them. Anti-buff is something that's been more and more common recently. I'm trying to think of what buffs you would even need to get rid of at this point. Like Noro second would be one. Hoji's crit buff would be one. I can't really think of many meta-relevant characters, though, that I've run into at least. And finally, I guess while they're stunned, you can also pop their third. So Corona's going to be nice to use. But we have One-Eyed Raid. Corona and Mashiro attack together, while Corona gathers a surge of energy with Kagune and releases it. The surge of energy will bounce between nearby targets for 8 times, dealing damage when it lands on an enemy and healing equivalent damage when landing on an enemy or Corona and Mashiro herself. So it doesn't explain what Mashiro does during the fight. However, it explains that the third is just Corona's basic nothing useless ball. Because that ball, it sounded super good when it was announced and when she was revealed for the first update to the game. However, it only bounces to each enemy once and each ally once. So it doesn't really do too much if there's not enough enemies for her to fight. So in this casing, I'm not feeling that. Unless Nashiro's attack is just going to be like an AoE in front of them, I don't see that being too helpful, and also their second, with Corona being the stun, you would need to pop the third afterwards to be able to justify using it. So, don't know about that combination. And we have twins. Corona, increased attack for whole team. Mashiro, increased defense for whole team. So, Corona is the attack variant, despite her being the support in the SR version, and Mashiro is the defense increase. Just on paper, their moveset doesn't sound too great. Obviously, the Mashiro moveset's going to be the one that matters more because she's the one that kind of has the more SSR moveset set, but Corona's going to be the weak link inside this dual unit. We'll have to see once they actually get released and are kind of around, but I'm skeptical right now. And finally, they have no 4-star increase, and at 5-star, their passive goes from what it was to Corona, increase attack of the whole team. All skill attacks can now slow enemies by 50%. That's really strong, actually. See, it doesn't quite work for the Ukaku synergy because she's not an Ukaku, obviously, but slow is something that's very relevant right now. Mashiro, increased defense for whole team, and all skill attacks can now lower the enemy's attack by 30% for 4 seconds. Wait, when it says can now, what is the percentage of a chance of it actually inflicting it then? Is it a guaranteed, like, oh, you're now slowed no matter what you get hit by now with the Corona? Or is it like, oh, here's a 3% chance of maybe reducing their attack by 30% or maybe slowing them? Because when I see that 3% attack and defense, I imagine that's what the can now means. We'll see once they're released. I'll definitely end up trying to shoot for them because I just generally want a Mashiro unit to use. But not feeling that either, to be honest. And finally, we have Mado and Amon, of which looks absolutely incredible. I'm gonna sneeze. Whew. Okay, that's fun. And their bonds together are actually as follows. They are actually an MT unit together. I'm curious how the Akira is going to work as an MT, but we'll see here. So we have Opponent with Ken Kaneki Mask, makes a lot of sense. Senior with Kuroiwa Proto and Shinohara Proto. Expensive. Very, very expensive. Feat with Ayato Mask, very easy. And Enemy with Yoshimura Owl and Tatara, very easy as well. So in general, this one actually seems like the easiest one so far to get all the bonds for. Granted, the HP increases are the exact same as the other units, and they're an MT unit, so I don't know about it. I would have personally swapped out the Ayato Kirishima masks buff of 30% attack and swapped that to instead being their defenses or more HP, but they should be all right. And in terms of their actual units attacks, they have Raid. Amon charges forward and deals damage taunting all enemies in his path, which is the dash that he has as the SR Dojima. Mado waves her Quinke and deals damage to enemies inside their front. Meh, it attacks. See, if they added extra taunt effect to that, that might be better for an MT character, but Mado might just be the weak link here. We have Hurricane, which is Amon jumps into the air before slamming down with his Quinke, dealing massive damage and stunning the enemies in the area for 4 seconds. Same second he usually has. Mado waves and slams her Kugune into an area in front, blinding all enemies in line. The accuracy of blinded enemies' basic attacks and skills are lowered by 40% for 7 seconds. So that actually might be good, going with Amon Dojima's dodge tactic. That actually yeah, that'll synergize really well. If the passive is still similar to the heal that SR Amon Dojima gets when he's in, when he dodges, this is going to be a really good unit. We have Justice, which is Amon jumps in the air. This is a copy-paste. This is the exact same. Damn it. Guess we don't know what their third is. Probably just a very basic attack forward and slam down in front that swaps them between the two. Nothing too crazy, I imagine. Who knows? We have Trust, which is Amon increases his own dodge rate. It's pretty good. We have Mado lowers the attack of surrounding enemies. So just being on the field, she lowers the attack of all enemies. That ain't too bad. I'm actually curious here. Where is SR Amon Dojima? There he is. Hey, can I read your passive? Restores HP every time an enemy attack is dodged. That's why he's so good, though. Without Amon Dojima having that heal, I don't know if he'll be all that viable inside this unit. Like, he'll be cool, obviously, and that'll be a fun time, but I don't know. I don't see, without him having the heal on that, him doing all that well inside a dual unit. All three of these characters kind of seem to... It seems almost as if the people programming the characters don't understand what makes them good. Or what would make the units good. Like on the Corona and Mashiro thing, getting rid of the ball or improving the ball for the third would probably be the thing that makes them more viable. Having the third be mostly the ball being thrown out is pretty meh. And this character is just kind of basic damage that does nothing. It doesn't really affect the other parts of the team. And this new Akira and Amon, they're cool and they'll dodge real good, but it doesn't really synergize with the heal at all. And if he takes enough damage, that Amon's dead. The main thing about the Amon Dojima is if he gets a lucky like string of 5 seconds where he dodges 5 attacks, he fully heals. Even if you do get lucky with this Amon, he won't heal back, and so he'll end up dying anyway. I don't know if I'm feeling any of these new units. I'm gonna probably pull for the Mashiro and the Corona together because I have 10,000 diamonds and a dream. But yeah, no, I'm really not feeling it. We also have a new tab here with the Awakening stuff. I'm actually working toward the Juzo again. I kind of focused on getting Noro to +1 red first, so I got him up to +1 red earlier this week. Still have yet to do the damage test, unfortunately, because school expulsion is 4 p.m. and 4 p.m. is usually I'm either at school or at an appointment, so it kind of sucks. And 11 p.m. is too late for me to record, usually, so rip. I'm probably going to try to focus on getting the SSR Juzo up, though. I want to get him upgraded to the next tier. I haven't seen these medals available anywhere inside the game, and they added more SSR Awakenings here in the new update. But the new characters need these medals as well, and they're not available anywhere inside the game. So the last update happened, and we got the SR Rize, SR Hinami, we got the SR Kuzen, SR Kaneki, SR Rabbit, SR Amon Dojima, all these characters of which I would love to upgrade. But it's just not available. And now they have new awakenings I can even increase, like the Kaya Black Dog, which looks fucking awesome. Though her art, I don't like her face. Something about the face just isn't... It's weird. The new Coma, we have a new Corona art here. I think we had one more added in this update. I don't remember. Either way, those 3 are new SSRs, but we can't upgrade them without the materials for this awakening thing. I don't understand, really. At least the new update had a few new, like, equipment stuff added. We have the Kaneki's black shirt, Devil Ape's mask. Though, that mask looks kind of weird, almost. I don't know if this is the case, but it looks like it's just a tracing of the mask on Uta's wall of the Devil Ape mask. I don't want to judge that, but that's... because it has the eyes, and it shouldn't, really. There's also the Kaya Black Dog's mask, which has the eyes. Rize's glasses, Kuzen's coat. Yep. We have Narukami and all that. And Corona's mask was the other new one that was added. The Chocolate Hinami and the Valentine's handbag. That's good. So, all in all, with this update, I don't know if I'm feeling it. Honestly, it's just a bunch of new characters that are kind of meh. And the Awakening tab is at least a better way to organize it, because I found that going into each character individually and being like, Awakening, oh wait, now this character, Awakening, oh wait, now this character, Awakening, when I was going through all of them to be a bit of a pain, so that's nice. But 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. That's the way I'd put this. The anniversary actually ended on the, I think it was the 27th or something, and the actual like log in every day thing for the anniversary went away with no real big celebration, no real like hype to it. That's all right. Like that's what this game is. I get that. It's just, it's kind of lame a lot of the time. I'm gonna keep on playing Dark War. I'm not feeling this update too much, and obviously I want to do another video on Noro's damage and Ghoul Expulsion. Probably trying to use, see, a few months ago, I want to say like almost 8 or 9 months ago, I used a fuck ton of Ghoul Expulsion books to try and shoot for 1 billion damage on Ghoul Expulsion. Now, that was previous to hitting level 80. That was previous to gold and red characters being added. That was previous to me getting half Kujimori to 5-star. Previous to Hinohara Arata Proto being added. So, in the next episode, what I want to do is log in for Ghoul Expulsion. I don't know if it'll be at 4 p.m. or 11 p.m., but I want to go in and try to shoot for, we'll say 10 billion. We'll shoot for 10 billion damage. I just kind of want to use these books, and I haven't logged in enough to use them anyway. So why not you make it a big event? So, next episode of Tokyo Ghoul Dark War will be that for right now, and I'll probably just end up chilling a little bit, get some upgrades done, and see how things go. And I guess I'll, you know what? We're going to end this with 1 multi on this, because luck, it seems like the rates for SSRs have went down by a fuck ton inside this game. Through the banners I've been pulling on, through the banners that I've seen Envy pull on, including this one, SSRs just don't get drawn ever, and that sucks. But I currently need Hinami Summerfest and Kaneki Summerfest, and Akira wouldn't be bad, so why not just risk it for the biscuit and get no rewards? I see no pop-ups. Does that mean I got no one? Amon Kura's cool. Hachikawa. Oh shit, Hoji. Oh man. Yeah, the luck has not been going around for a lot of people. If the rates have been decreased, I imagine this is not gonna be too great going forward. But we will see. Don't forget to answer the question I asked earlier about, hey, if we can get a thing of chocolate from any Tokyo Ghoul character, who would it be? And that will be the end of the episode for today. Thank you for watching. Game's weird sometimes, but we'll keep on progressing. Take it easy. I'll see you guys next time.